What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome back to another review of a Chelsea match, a Chelsea loss, third one in the league in a row, unfortunately. Chelsea lose to Newcastle at Newcastle 1-0. Goal from Willock from a outside the box. It was kind of outside the box. Listen, I don't even know what to say. The summary of the game. Lewis Hall played. Mason Mount, Kovacic looked terrible today. Just overall, not a good game. It looks more and more like Potter's just throwing paint on the wall, seeing what sticks, and hopefully eventually he gets a lineup that works and he sticks with it, because a lot of people are arguing that consistency might be the issue here. But I'm joined with my lovely panel. Chris, Casually Kai, Japan, let's go. We're all ready for the World Cup.
Why am I only the one who's casually?
I'm Casually Marshalldbdx. Wait, look, this Chelsea team is as casual as it gets this season. So
I feel casually offended by this, bro.
Guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our streams in the future. We will be doing World Cup streams as well. Don't worry, we'll be around. And leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the video. Check out the links in the description. But yeah, boys, I mean, I don't know what to say. This is all kind of expected. Ahmed, start us off, man. What'd you think of the game?
It's, the poor performance again. They just all really were playing bad, man. They were all just playing trash, man. Like the goal, like even if it was like maybe offside, like they deserved to score the goal, man. They knew what they were doing. They were pressing correctly. They knew if you press Mendy, he's gonna get a bit shook on the ball, and then you're gonna lose the ball somewhere high up. We were defending. We're meant to be like a top team in essence, and we were the ones that were defending deep in our own box. It's just listen. Yeah.
Oh wait, did you deep that too? That like at times it looked like the team that we usually struggle with Tuchel. We just like boxed in and just.
We were the one that were boxing. They were passing over.
It was
Dan
bad.
Burns was on the left, where actually was the right wing, and he was overlapping. A defender was overlapping us. Like, bro, I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, we're not surprised.
So for me, this is bad. This is very bad. Like, I can't
it's pretty bad. Yeah.
The crisis is a very, very, like, I think crisis is maybe the right word to use now, because 3 losses in a row. We've not even scored. I think we've only scored like 2. Like in the Premier League, our last goal came from Brighton, and that was a 4-1 loss.
Yeah.
We have not won in our last 3 games consecutively for the first time in a long time. So
yeah, that looked very good.
We're just breaking, records, and let's be honest, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be quite frank here. Our creativity was not existing. Our midfield wasn't. Our midfield was. They literally took advantage of our midfield pivot of Jorginho Kovacic. I still don't understand why Kovacic is playing. I love Kovacic, don't get me wrong, but it does seem like Kovacic is carrying something at this point. There's no point of us playing Kovacic if this is the case. Like, let the guy rest this game. At least he can play maybe a Zakaria or someone else maybe that can do something. Like, the other thing is, anytime we would get the ball to Broja, he was alone. We were playing literally like a bottom mid-table side. I'll be real, man. It is. Yeah. It's dangerous. We are in a dangerous crisis right now. It's a crisis period right now, and some things need to get sorted out in January, bro. That's what I'm saying. Things need to get sorted out in January because when we come back here, I think we're due to face City twice and Liverpool twice. I think in the space of a month. So the reality is, man, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good, bro.
Yeah, it's looking pretty peak. I can't even disagree with anything you're saying. Kai, I know you have a lot of choice words for this match, so I'm gonna just let you go out, man. Do whatever you say, whatever.
Yeah,
you
I do,
say.
man. I think like it's the time for us to recycle. It's time to us to move on from this team, man. I'm not even joking, Marshall. Like when I watch these, like this is how numb I became. Yeah, like when I watch these guys in midfield and the attack on the ball, I don't have any hope that something's gonna happen out of it. I remember, I don't know how old you guys are, but I remember when we had guys like Barlack on the ball,
Oh
and
my
you would be
God.
like, okay, something is gonna happen right now. Like when this guy's on the ball. Now when these guys have the ball, I know it's either gonna go backward, sideways, or gonna be lost. And this is one of the reasons, yeah, where I get offended when people are like, oh yeah, Gallagher's Mounts, oh, they're gonna grow because these guys haven't seen like the 24-year-old Lampards that I've seen. They haven't seen the essence that I've seen, man, on the ball. And for me, man, it's like I don't think it's age anymore. I honestly, like when I see these guys play football, I don't think it's age anymore. When I watch Havertz and I watch Mount, when I watch Gallagher, I honestly can't. Even Broja to some extent, I don't think it's age.
It's quality.
I just don't think they have the right levels of talent to be at this club. And I think this club used to be like to play for Chelsea used to be an honor. It used to be something that you thrive for. Now anybody can be in. If let's say you're from the academy, you're a young kid, come to Chelsea, you get to play. It used to be so hard to get into that team, man. It used to be so hard to get into that Chelsea team. I don't know when you guys start watching Chelsea, but if
No, I watched Chelsea. My first Chelsea season was
I started watching around 06.
Literally 03.
yeah. So Chris, you guys remember the amount of depth we had in those teams.
Oh yeah, that's why I fell in love with that team because
I remember like
And
Mourinho's Chelsea, but like but one of my favorite Chelsea team was always
Mourinho Chelsea was unfairly
yeah.
treated by a lot of the
Ancelotti
media,
Chelsea,
man.
Angelotti Chelsea was really
09,
good.
010 Ancelotti when he had like Ballack, he had all these guys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite. And that was like Drogba's.
But
like,
now after I blame the players, I also kind of like for today we have to Potter has to get some blame, man. That team today, man. That's not a serious team, man. That's not even a Carabao Cup team, man. Like Mount and Gallagher couldn't even play in midfield, and you put them in attack against a team who's known to be pretty decent on the counter attack lately, man. We're lucky that like they didn't play all of their best players, man. We didn't get fucked. The way that he started this game, like I knew this was not gonna work out for us, man. And he kept going. And the only time we started playing is after the 60th minute when we did some changes, man. And for me, like like I sound like a broken record, but I still don't realize like exactly what does Mount do that gets him the start. Like today he subbed him off, good job. But what does he do right that gets him the? Because today again the last position more the time that he actually successful by passes. So something has to give him. What does he have nudes over the management of Chelsea? What exactly does he have?
But do you not hear the quote?
I want someone to explain to me. What does this guy get right that he gets started on? Like I would understand if he was doing everything right and everybody around him was playing shit. But that's actually the opposite. He plays so shit that everybody around him in the midfield plays shit as a consequence of how he plays. And I got to the point where I'm like, I'm not even bothered anymore, man. And it hurts me, man. Because for me, Chelsea is no longer a privilege to play for, which what it used to be. Like players would, like I remember when Salah, he was about to go to Liverpool at the time, yeah. And as soon as he heard Chelsea was about to sign him, he was like, oh shit, I get to play for Chelsea. And he just like moved in. Mikael, the same thing with United, because that's what Chelsea was known for. It's known to be a team that wins things, a team that you have to work hard to get to. We are no longer the fucking like the achievement. It's no longer the goal, man, and it's sad, man. We used to be the goal for professional footballers to come to and play, man. And no, I see people blaming Potter, but you can't blame it only on Potter, man, because we've seen with other managers. Yeah, I think he has a lot to blame today for the lineup, but these players have letting Lampard down, letting Tuchel down. They're letting Potter now down, and the one thing that really pissed me off. Did you guys see the way that Mount looked at the staff when he was subbed off? Go watch that.
Yeah,
He didn't look happy.
He didn't look very happy at all about it.
He was giving him like he was like took him
on
off his mind.
a different level. This club is fucked. Like people need to understand that this club is fucked on a different level because there are so many culpable levels. Like you go right from the top right to the fucking bottom. Like let's take every bit into account. Let's start with the playing staff because they're the easy target. Some of these men just stink. They are garbage. Like, they straight are arse. They offer fuck all. I said Koulibaly was Zuma with a passing range. Oh, that's disrespectful to Zuma. This man is Khalid Boularou's level of arse. This man stinks. This man is fucking garbage. There is I genuinely stink, right? And again, when I say this, I am giving him scope to improve. This is not me writing off his Chelsea. I'm saying how it is now. Right now, he is two sides arse. He fucking stinks. Like there is a reason, it seems, why he's stayed into the Serie A since 31 or 32. Like, I now see it. I now understand it. Because my Christ alive, all you need to do is run at him and he shits himself. But you look at the playing staff and some of them are just arse. You then look at the manager and some of the decisions today are questionable. The subs I thought were good. I'll start with that much, apart from the Havertz one, but it is what it is. But what I don't get is you're wanting to play a certain way. Let's say you're wanting to play counter-attacking, let's say. Why are you playing Jorginho? Why are you playing Aspi at wing-back, eventually? Why are you playing Mount and Gallagher as the 2 10s when they're not going to offer you anything on the counter-attack? Why are you not playing like Pulisic and Ziyech? If the plan is then to play not like counter-attack, but to play possession, again, why are Mount and Gallagher the 10s? Like, just why? Why are you playing Aspi? And why are you playing Broja? And why are you playing him like a target man, hitting balls into the channel and asking him to do everything by himself? Broja, by the way, fair play to him. He was doing literally everything by himself. Having to run the channels, having to hold the ball up, having to create his own chances, bring guys into play when they didn't want to be in play. Like, fair play to him. Like, this man is working with fuck all. Worked with absolutely fuck all up there tonight. So, like, why the personnel did not match the way you want to play, which I don't understand. That's surely just basics of, like, you pick the personnel that match the way you want to play. But then you look at it and go, I can't even put all the blame on Potter or the players, because I have to put some blame on the medical staff. The fact we're in a position where, like, 8 players are injured again. Like, what the fuck are our medical staff doing? Like, on a serious note, what the fuck are they doing? Like, have we just hired a bunch of, like, trainees or interns that have done like a uni course or something, a 1-year uni course? Like, what's going on? How have we got so many injuries? What is going on? And then the last point that the last person you have to put the blame on is Bowley, like, and Clearlake and all that. Because in what world does sacking a manager, a hugely positive manager, right, in terms of popular manager, so not positive, popular manager, who made plenty of mistakes, as people need to realize as well, by the way. I see people going back and talking about how it was better than Tuchel. The reason that people like Aspi, Gallagher, Mount, and others have such a key role in this team is because Tuchel gave them that role to begin with. It was Tuchel's idea to Aspi a new 2-year deal. It was Tuchel's idea to bring Gallagher into this team and have him play instead of getting someone better for him, and someone better instead of him, and selling him for 30 mil. That's on Tuchel. So let's remember that while we're bigging up Tuchel for how good he was. He also made plenty of mistakes himself. But why would you sack him literally a week, I think it was, or a few days after the transfer window ends, and give his squad, which we know isn't good enough and is in serious need of surgery, to a guy that wasn't going to fix it straight away because he's not on that level, that wasn't going to be able to mask the deficiencies of a large portion of this squad, which he's not being able to do. Everything that's happened now, you could tell was going to happen because it's the way these players are. These players are just crap, a lot of them. And the problem is we now don't have an elite level manager to mask that. And the problem is I don't want an elite level manager to mask that, because you shouldn't have to mask anything. And if you do, it should be masking a few, like, for example, take Trent, for example, at Liverpool. You can mask the fact he's shit defensively because he's brilliant going forward and he actually offers something. And you can mask that. And that's one player they have to mask that for. Like, we're asking to mask the deficiency of about 7 players. Like, none of this works because the entirety of the whole club from top to bottom is fucked. It's completely fucked. There's so many issues in this squad that can't get fixed from one season or from even 2 seasons to a certain extent. Not unless you're having a major overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucked.
Yeah,
people need to realize that.
And I think, I mean, I've certainly realized it, and I'm sure a lot of us here in the panel have realized it. That's why I'm not trying to put too much on Potter. I'm going to be more analytical and critical of Potter after the transfer window, because he'll at least have some players that he brought in to play whatever style he's trying to play. Because right now, Kai, it feels like he's just throwing paint at the wall, seeing what sticks, you know?
About today I disagree with you, Marshall. Today it was 100% on him. Because that lineup, I wouldn't even go to the fucking Carabao Cup with, let alone a game against a team we know to struggle against at home. You play 2 guys who can't even fucking do a through ball properly as fucking attackers, against a team who's like very good in counter-attack. That's on you today. You can see that we played so much better when he took those fucking bums out of the fucking team and he moved Gallagher back to fucking midfield or wing back, whatever the fuck he put him, away from the attack. That's what I fucking mean. Other than that, I don't get it because I want to like Potter. I was happy when he came in. I wasn't complaining about him, but I wanted him to show fucking balls, man. And by balls, I don't mean fucking putting kids and saying inshallah, bro, I will be good. That's not what I want. I want you to build a good team, man. Because for me, I insist with that fucking issue. I insist that Mount and Havertz is an issue, and as long as we don't remove them from the team, we'll never be good. And today he removed Mount by himself. Fucking kudos for him there, man. Fucking let's hand clap for him, man. But he will most likely play the next game, drop another shit, and give him the fucking angry eyes that he did today. And I'm tired of it, man. And now these guys don't want to sign a fucking contract as well. Apparently he's like 10 mil. Like we gave this fucking guy a career, bro.
He can fuck off for all I care, by the way. The moment he leaves is the moment I celebrate. I'll run down my street naked the moment. The moment we sell him, I'll run down my street naked. I'll celebrate like I just won the lottery.
Wait.
I'm spending $10,000 for celebrations, bro. I'm not even lying, man. With my own money just when he leaves, man. That guy's a fucking cancer to the club, man.
Go ahead.
The fact that he thinks that he can.
No. I heard someone saying I'm going to run down
Did you
naked.
see how he looks? No,
Bro, I will. I'll run down the street naked and film it, bro, the moment he leaves. I'll celebrate like I've won the lottery. I'll celebrate like it's the best day of my life.
Run next to Kovacic, bro.
Scott, did you see how he looked at Potter when he was subbed off, man?
I didn't, but I don't get like this guy's just shit.
He's
Fucking garbage. He's awful. And people talk to me about how he's a nice guy. I don't care. Like I think Pulisic is like a dickhead. I think when he as a person he comes across as a dickhead. But guess what? I want him playing right now because he looks like he gives a shit and like he looks like he's actually playing.
That's what I said, Scott, for a while now.
Like he's a dickhead, yeah. Like he comes across like a dickhead, but I don't give a fuck because guess what? He comes on and he comes on and 2 minutes later he literally Broja heads the ball down and he's there to pick it up. I didn't see any of that from Mount and Gallagher in the whole first half where they're getting on the end of second balls after Broja nods it down or chests it down. Like these guys are just shit. These are shit. I wanted to say as well. I've now spoken a lot on like Chris and Andrew and that can go in a moment. I just want to say it says a lot that 2 games in a row an 18-year-old has been our best player. Let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah. It's pretty shitty. I will say like, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, Kai. I think my only argument is that like he got some things wrong. He got the lineup wrong, for example, today. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt versus how I see the players. I think the players are the main culprit here. Once Potter gets his players in January, then I'll like be more like take out the magnifying gas and see what he's doing and see what the hell he's trying to play. But onto what we were saying about the players that were picked today. Dude, at times it just looked like Broja, Mount, and Gallagher they all just looked at each other and said like, "Hey, so we have the ball. What do we do? Like, we don't. What's next? Are you supposed to shoot from here? Like, what do we do?" So it's just, I feel really bad for Potter in a sense because he's put in his position, like Scott said, that he has to pick his best player in a position that he wants to play in his. Like Mason Mount based on what he sees on training or Havertz because everyone else has been decent or shitty. You know, I would argue Pulisic has probably been good and he deserves to play, but I don't know. It's a whole mess. I think no matter what lineup you put out there, it just would have been shit and shitter. Like, I don't know if Chris, Andrew, I know you guys haven't gotten a chance to speak much.
I don't actually agree playing literally Gallagher and Mason Mount like up attack with Broja because I don't want to see Mason Mount. I don't think any of us want to see Mason Mount up attacking them or like or just playing rotational and playing Mason Mount in those games where he's actually needed to trap back and help midfield. But like we need someone at least like. If it's just gonna be Mason Mount, you gotta have like someone like a Bamyang, or I'm not gonna say Kai Havertz. Ziyech is looking good, or Pulisic. Like those are the ones you want to like help attack. But we just had nothing up attacking until Pulisic and even Kai Havertz came on. Kai Havertz did nothing, but he did come on. Like just those players, like pure attackers, like just Mason Mount and Gallagher, more like midfielders or wing backs, you want to call it. Like, because when Gallagher actually played wing back today, he actually played a lot better, like in attack. If you notice, like he was better in the second half for me. So yeah, like I think most of us thought it was gonna be like losing to Newcastle. We're not a good team. We're very average. Potter, the only mistake I thought Potter did really today is like the lineup of the attack and all that. But then again, would our main lineup, do any better? Probably not. So Yeah, like it's just shit, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
you guys said a lot. What's happened?
In a sense, it seemed like he rested most players that were going to be going to the World Cup. Like, rested. Well,
Thiago?
actually, that's not even true because
Sterling
Aubameyang
was
isn't
ill.
going to the World Cup.
Arsenal
Sterling
just
was ill.
scored 1-0.
Arsenal.
There
Oh
we go.
shit. Yeah.
Arsenal just scored.
Yeah. And they're doing what we couldn't do last season is take advantage of Man City's losses or Liverpool's losses. So it is
Well,
what it is.
we're like 7th as well, right? 7th, 8th.
But
I think we're
Eighth.
8th now. Yeah.
Sorry,
I was gonna say,
sorry.
if it hadn't been for
Chelsea.
Forest, if it hadn't been for Forest, we'd be 9th.
Bro, eighth place Chelsea. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
minerals,
Fulham. Fulham.
Lampard, deja vu, bro. No, this is what it is. Man.
Andrew, what are you saying, bro? Just I think I know your overall view. Like, this is all part of the project, but I'm sure you have something to say about the game.
I think Matt Potter has a lot to blame today. His lineup. Let's figure it out. We're asking an awful lot of the wing backs with that lineup, and one of the wing backs is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So,
Who got
what I mean?
injured very shortly after.
Yeah, he got injured shortly afterwards and having to play there. There's a reason I say I don't think I've disliked a collective of players ever since I've been supporting Chelsea. I think this is the worst squad we've ever had in terms of skill, attitude, and all of that. It's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah.
You know, people complaining, only 3 players came back to thank us for travelling. Why do you want to thank them for travelling? It's like you slag them off for 90 minutes, which is your right to do. Why do you want them to clap you? Is clapping you gonna take the result away, or how they performed? No. So I don't care. I'm not all for this. We got to clap the fans if we perform badly. Fuck off. I don't want to see you for 90. I've seen you for 90 plus minutes. I don't want to see you come
Fuck
back.
the fans, bro. Just win the game, man. I don't care if they clap.
Fuck that. Win the game. I don't care if they came. But that's on a side note. I have now what this team has done to me is I can't even be angry anymore. Do you know that?
You seem pretty
I
numb.
can't even be angry anymore because they've taken that away.
Yeah.
They've taken it away. My enjoyment when the final whistle blew, knowing that I don't have to watch these guys for 6 weeks, was something that was probably the best I felt this season. It's the best I felt this season, knowing that, do you know what? You're not even going to spoil my Christmas because you don't play till the 27th. I don't have to do this
That's
anymore.
true.
The way I'm so excited for Qatar versus Ecuador, you wouldn't believe.
Me too, bro.
I cannot wait for doing previews for that. But on the game side, listen, you can want Potter out. That's absolutely fine. You can say bring back Tuchel. Tuchel stunk with these players in the league, bro. Let's all be honest. That he stunk in the league with these players, and they stunk under Lampard. So that under free, if you want to call Lampard having a philosophy, fine. Under free philosophies.
Hey, Andrew, some of them are all managers.
Some of these players have been here for all 3 managers, and they failed. There was a deep, average to crap rot in this squad.
Yeah.
Okay, we did magnificent clearing some of that during this summer. But you know what? That can be forgiven because those were players on the outskirts. Those were fringe players. I'm talking about proper squad players that play day in, day out, and training. Oh, we done well in training. I don't give a fuck. Eden Hazard was the worst trainer at this club. Look what he did on the pitch. I don't care what you do in a training session where you don't put your full lot in because you don't want to get injured. So don't give me that for running around and doing everything. Mason Mount, 18 months left in your contract. Pay this bastard off and pay the rest of them off as well. You did it to Ross Barkley. Pay these players off. I want them to do what they do in US sports. When they say blow up a team, they mean it. They get rid of them all in one go.
All traded.
Do you know what? We're not getting top 4. I don't want Europa League, Europa Conference. I don't want that. I'd rather finish 8th than have to. I don't want to go in those competitions. We don't take them seriously, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling here because how do you expect anything when you have Mason Mount and Gallagher as your support? They're basically a variant of each other. Okay?
Pretty much.
They're basically a mirror image of each other, right?
One's in base form, one's Super Saiyan.
One's brown hair, one's blonde hair. That's all it is. It's a different that's all it is. It's
Different
like you're in a
trade
game.
shit.
It's like you're in a game.
Oh.
It's like you're in a game and you can choose 2 different suits. They're the same, yeah? And Mason Mount giving the angry eyes. Are you joking, bro? Are you joking, Mr. Purple Patch? 3 games. Are you joking?
Yeah.
Come up with it. You joke. What did you do in that game to take control? What did you do generationally to take control? To be the leader, to die for the badge. These Cobham kids die for the badge. Do they fuck die for the badge? Do they fuck die for the badge? Piss off. Do you die for the badge? These Cobham is a great program for helping people set up what they want to do in their careers. As an academy, our academy is overrated. Okay? It is one player, which all academies only produce. They only produce 1 or 2 players a generation. That's Reece James. I don't care what anyone says. No one comes close to Reece James. This guy wants to be paid the same or more than Reece James. Based on what? Based on what? Based on 3 games.
Nose, man.
Based on 3 games out of 20 and scoring 8 goals against Norwich this season. What's the point? What is the point? We're gonna build the future of Chelsea on these bums. When Kai Havertz with that header in the second half, it was a great clearance.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that prick.
What? And then he shows. And then these players. The ironic thing, we wanted them to show fight. Do you know when they show fight? After the final whistle goes. That's the only time they were showing any fight there.
Don't get me started on that.
Can I just say this right now? Can I just say this right now? Kovacic, you can go, bro. You can go. Because you delaying surgery just to play at the World Cup shows in your performance. You pussy out of everything. You pussy out 50 challenges. Yeah. You overrun the ball so many
he was
times.
terrible today. Even I admit it, man. He was terrible today.
But Kai, he overruns the ball so many times. And then because he knows he's going into 50-50 and with his knee, he's not going to tackle.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that.
For sure.
And you know, it's just...
I think he fell out of love with Chelsea, man, to be honest with you.
And then fuck off. Then fuck off.
Yeah,
like,
I just want to acknowledge your moment. Andrew had like the greatest monologue I've heard in a minute, so I'm just gonna like, I should have just.
I think so. Our players are just tired.
Can I just say as well, like Andrew, and I remembered it while Andrew was talking, but then I wanted to speak about it. I'd want to talk, and that lanky German fuck, right? This pussy-hole wants to show this fucker, right? Wants to shush the fans and not show no fighting games, but then man wants to just step to Dan Burn for like no reason, bro. If you're gonna step to someone, fucking do it right. Like, bro, I'd rather he headbutt him and just get like red carded for like 3 games or 4 games, whatever it is. Show some fucking show some proper fight, or show some fight on actual fucking football pitch where it matters. This pussy, he did this last season against Everton as well against Yerry Mina. I'm like, what's this fucking nonsense of getting involved with these players? Of like just for no reason. Just because it ain't going your way, you just throw your toys out the pram. Show some fucking fight where it matters, bro. Score a goal and then shush him. That's what I want you to do. Not shush our fans when you score 1 goal in like 20 games, or just have a shoving match. Number 1, if you're going to do that, fucking do it right and headbutt him, for all I care. Number 2, show some fight on the fucking football pitch. Like these players as well. Someone mentioned it before on Twitter, and I didn't really believe it until this game. I don't know what it is about our players. What is it about like our players wanting to be so nice with the referee? Literally last minute of the game, they do two 2-footed challenges. Not a single player gives a shit. Not a single player gives a shit. Brother, if that was me, I'm running up and I'm fully headbutting the dude who did that, who 2-footed my player, because I care about my players. Like what? These players are pussies. These players are pussies. Guys, they are no bollocks, little dick pussies.
Can I just say, right? With the, I thought subs.
I cannot see that far for the pants, so I will know if I have a little.
I just want to say though, I don't know what I'll probably ask Alex this. I would have kept Broja and Hall on, right? With the new players, just to see what they could do. They'd given everything, right? They weren't. I don't believe they were tired. I believe they could have gone on and played, but I thought they did what they should do, run their hearts out, right? But I thought Lewis Hall had a good game with his passing and everything like that. His decision making, and Broja ran the channel so well. Give him some help, and then if you're going to change it, fine. But leave them on. Let them be the beneficiaries of your change, right? Let them be that, and let's see what they can do when they've got actual help and support there. Do you know what I mean? It was
when you watch that, whatever there was, I don't call it a game, but something assimilated to the game. First of all, I eat plov. For whoever asked me, Andrew, I eat plov.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But what's his name? I heard about Broja comments on a Twitter and everything, and when I hear comments like, "Yeah, Broja isn't it? He's not Chelsea level. He's not Chelsea style." I've really struggled to keep my cool, and like what do you mean? Like what do you expect the kid to do? 18 years old or not? How old is he? 19, 20?
20, I think.
20 years old kid. Look, he had at one point he was running against 5 Newcastle players on the wing, and he still held on to the ball.
Yeah.
What do you expect a kid to do? Like, literally.
If anything, he's holding the standard that everyone else should be pursuing. Because there are times where he's running down the wing, and you have players like Mount, Kovacic behind him, Gallagher just jogging.
I actually
like, we'll get there eventually, Armando.
I actually think the Potter got it completely wrong today. Like, completely. You put Mount and the Gallagher on the wings.
It was.
You ask for pain. That's not a pain. That's like a freaking chop in the arm pain. That's like people saying like, oh, people,
Broja thing
like,
as well.
We can't control the ball. We have 5 midfielders from the starting 11. We have 5 midfielders on the field. How you cannot pass the ball?
It's very deep, boys. What are you saying, Scott?
With Broja as well, right? I feel sorry for him. I said this. I feel sorry for him. This man went from last season, right, playing an entire season in a 4-4-2 where he had help. He had number one. He had someone who could deliver a cross successfully. Number one, and number two, he had a partner who he could play off of, and it didn't have to be all himself. And now he's going into this where he has to play 1v5 because certain man want to hold hands and stand in the center circle. I tried so hard to like not let this team affect me. Like the Arsenal game didn't affect me. The City game didn't affect me. This game's pissed me off because I've realized these players just don't give a fuck. These players literally could not give a flying fuck. Like I genuinely
don't give a fuck.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad I wasn't there at the game. I probably would have rushed the game and punched one of the players if I was at the game. If I'd have seen the lack of bollocks that these players have.
I agree with you. I agree with you that players are bad. But the manager did not help him.
Like as I said at the start, the manager is not free of blame. As I said, the lineup did not reflect how you wanted to play. Those didn't mesh. But at the same time, like at the very least, I ask for players is to give a fuck, is to actually work, is to actually show some fight, not fight the players, you fools. And if you're gonna do it right. Number one, because I guarantee you, if that's Costa or Terry or Lampard or Drogba or any of these man, even a Nelka, even like Good Johnson. Like, these men would do it properly. Like, do it properly, number one. Or number two, just stop letting it get to you, score, and shush them. That's what you do. You rub it in their face by scoring.
By the way, Kai, happy birthday. I forgot.
It's actually on the 14th, man. But I was just doing... Thank you.
I hate
February
these players on another
14th?
level, by the way. I hate these players on another level.
Your birthday is February 14th?
November 14th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, two more days.
Okay.
It's just Alex is looking forward to your birthday versus the Chelsea game.
Okay.
Bro, Chelsea, don't get me started.
Alex, how are you today, man? I want to say, hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm suffering.
Eating,
Just like Scott
By the way,
he wants us to
Alex,
suffer. So
I had Pilmeni beer, bro. Pilmeni beer.
I was just asking him how he's doing. Oh my God, Marshall, what's up, buddy?
Another day in paradise with Chelsea, bro. That's what's up.
So look, I got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes for you, but
5-minute Carlito. Let's go.
all right. So here's the deal. Getting my second master's degree. My second master's degree is in MBA, and the entire thesis is around leadership. Leadership. What does that fucking mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means reading the room, first and foremost. And the problem with Graham Potter's leadership is that he is far too trusting in a room that he doesn't know yet. He came in with this idea that he would be holistic, that he would be progressive, that he would treat these players as human beings and more than employees, and allow this level-headed idea of, input and
Carlito, can I interrupt you for a second? Just a second. You know what? You
Well,
don't
I
have
mean-
masters in. You know what? You don't have masters in emotional intelligent. That's the problem.
Well, fair enough.
You're not emotional enough, Carlito. Not emotional.
But my point is that he failed to read the room because the idea is that, fuck, man, Alex, you kind of derailed me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Because look, my point is this. You have to understand the room that you're in order for you to implement things that worked for you before. But in order to do that, buddy, you need to know the history of these Chelsea players for the last couple of years. And when he came in, he said, look, I want to be holistic, progressive. I want to treat these players like human beings, and I want to have input from them, and I want to emotionally intelligentize whatever the fuck he wants to do. The problem is that when you do that with the group that we have, what they will do is they will take advantage of you. They will take advantage of you. They will look at this guy and say, he's not going to criticize me. He's not going to punish me. I'm still going to make my money. I am still going to make $125,000 to $300,000 per week. Per week. That is the same amount that a longshoreman makes in 8 to 10 years. These people make in a week. And so, because of Graham Potter's naivete, and the fact that he really did not research this team when he took the job. He saw $12 million a year for 5 years. That's $60 million. He said, I can change this team. I can fix this team. Like a girlfriend with a bad boyfriend. He said, I can fix them. No, you can't, because you didn't do your fucking homework. You didn't understand that if you are naive, these players will walk all over you and still get paid. And that's exactly what's happening. On top of all of that, Marshall, this is the worst. This is the worst fucking lineup I've seen in 15 years. It was the worst fucking lineup I've seen in 15 years. You wanted to lose. So I'm sorry, Marshall. That is my 5 minutes. I will stay for the next 2 to hear about the response to this. But Scott, I'm with you on the fan base, but this one is on Potter and his naivete. Marshall, that's Carlito, and Carlito out.
All right, that was Carlito's 5 minutes. Beautiful. I love it.
Also, I love Alex. Shout out to Alex.
I get the criticism of Potter. I see some of you guys in the comment talking about, Graham and all that. Look, this is on Potter. He is going to make mistakes. I just feel that it's more fair to be critical of him, even more so than we are now, after that transfer window. Because I feel like we're saying, we don't know what he's doing with the team. Maybe he doesn't have the players to facilitate the style that he wants to play. We don't know what player he wants to keep. We don't know. Well, certainly he wants to keep Mount. Obviously, we can tell by the amount of time he's playing.
Oh no, Marshall. Why does he want to keep Mount? Because Mason likes to play in the game. No. Marshall. Yeah. Mason likes to play in the games. Mason likes to play in the games. Have a good day, fellas. I'm not going to let this affect my fucking beautiful Saturday. I'm going to go have sex. I'm going to go get drunk. And I'm going to do everything other than think about this fucking bullshit team. See you guys.
You're already ahead of you with the drunk.
I'm already ahead of you with the drinking, man. I didn't have too many today.
Can I just say as well, to the dude in the chat who is trying to piss me off? Not today, bro. Don't piss me off today.
Oh no!
Just ignore it.
Don't fucking piss me off today. If you're trying to
that's why I'm saying.
Don't fucking piss me off today.
That's what I'm saying right now is the fact
It's a better war, Scott. It'll be better.
I really think, first of all, I think Scott is being reasonable. I don't think he's being any favoritism towards Graham Potter in any way. I think all of us here are being somewhat reasonable in saying that it's probably fair to give Potter the transfer window so he can get some players in, get some other players out that he doesn't need, ones that he doesn't favor, like Zakaria and Ziyech. And then maybe we'll get more of an idea of how he plays and see if this guy's out of his depth or not.
Or maybe the players that he doesn't want, put them U21 and get me somebody from Cobham training. I'd rather see kids than
I mean,
that.
Lewis Hall, for example, Lewis Hall today,
That's what I'm saying.
Decent.
Like, look, if those players, they don't deserve to be like. If you don't like those players, okay, I understand what you're saying, but don't think that's the only plan you have, because there's other players in that team. That's it.
Yeah, you're giving them much of a chance now. They've blown it.
Exactly.
They've blown it.
And you could be the reason why you get fired.
Exactly.
You picked them.
The fact that like Hutchinson didn't play again today, like you've got fuck all to lose. You've literally got fuck all to lose.
The midfielder?
No, the winger. Like he's a winger.
Oh, I thought he was wow.
I don't understand.
We have wingers, but we play Mount and what's his name?
Gallagher.
And Gallagher as a winger.
He's variant, yeah.
Yeah, them two.
It's very. No, you're right. Yeah.
They're basically Ken and Ryan.
Sorry, but a smell.
They're literally the same player. They're the same player. Like, it's just one slightly better at tackling and one slightly better at with their passing.
When you play Street Fighter, you choose Ryu or Ken. You know what I mean? That's it. They're both the same. They're Ryu or Ken. That's all they are. They're literally the opposite. One's got brown hair. One's got blonde hair.
I was going to say it's like picking between Mario and Wario. Like they're both the same, basically the same thing, just one's a different color.
One wears dark boots, one's wears white boots.
Bro, they're the same player.
Yeah.
Dumb and dumb.
But then we have like
Pulisic. Kai, I don't know. Sorry, I mean, Kai, your mic is gravelly, man. It's very.
Yeah, I don't know what's
if anyone else can hear it, but it sounds like you're
underwater. Sounds like you got dust in your mic, man.
Yeah.
It's Chelsea.
Chelsea ruining it. It's fucking everything, man.
Ahmed had to bounce, so see you later, Ahmed.
Yeah, I did say that.
Arsenal,
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, brilliant.
He scored again.
Oh my days.
You know, it's like I don't go on.
Go ahead, Chris. No, you haven't talked at all. Come on, go ahead.
No, yeah, I just got back. That's why. Like the midfield as well. Like I like Jorginho a lot, but like obviously we weren't keeping possession. So why did that's clearly Potter's plan, not keeping possession by the looks of it. Why not play Zachary, who would obviously benefit better without possession, like basically box to box tackle, win the ball, and like Jorginho is just there for possession.
5 midfielders not enough for you in the team? That 5. It was 5 midfielders in that team in that lineup.
Oh, you mean including basically Mason Mount and Gallagher, right?
And Ruben.
And Ruben
Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho and Kovacic.
There's 5 midfielders in that team. No, there's 6. Lewis Hall's a midfielder. There's 6 midfielders in that team.
But still though, Jorginho is like benefits when it's possession and like keeping possession. And
yeah, but that's what I said earlier, Chris. Like if you were going to play like we did in the first half, like for a lot of the first half against the ball and play counter attack and hitting the channels, playing Jorginho was a waste of time. Playing Aspi at wing back was a waste of time. Playing Mount and Gallagher as the 2 10s was a waste of time. If you wanted to play that way,
I think you're wrong. I don't think it was a tactics plays long ball. I think it's by default. I think look, I know I'm gonna go on Jorginho, but the midfield, Jorginho keeps. Jorginho has the things that annoys me. One of the most annoying thing is when he holds on to the ball too long. Right before he gets pressed, he released the ball to the defender. And that press not stops with him, but continuous press into the defenders. So, for example, he holds the ball for a little bit, and then he gives ball to Chalaba, which he doesn't have much on the wing. So what he does is he has to play either Thiago Silva, who's gonna clear and go long, or what's his name, Mendy, and then he's going long. I don't think it's a tactics. I think it's by default.
Potentially, but like, there was so much wrong. Like, and I don't know whether this is all on Potter or on the players as well, just because like they need to take some initiative. I don't know where it all comes from. But the fact of like I saw in the second half, right after we were 1-0 down, you've got Koulibaly hoofing long balls like forward to Broja. Like for the one, so for Gallagher, not for Gallagher, Havertz got there eventually. There was one, he hoofed a long ball into Havertz and he just missed the header. Where was that in the first half when Broja's on the pitch? Like, you've got a dude who can head the ball and hold the ball up. and you're not hoofing long balls into him. Like, hoof's the wrong word, but like, you're not playing long balls into him.
But
And then when you are,
I was
the
so
two
proud of
tens are,
Gallagher
like,
at that
nowhere to
point.
be-
Of
like,
what's his name?
I don't understand this game from a tactical perspective, and I don't know.
No.
I don't know where it lies. Well, like, is it all Potter? Because I don't think it is. I think a lot of it is, but I don't think.
I
all
think
of
it's
it is.
combination.
Yeah, because I
bet
just don't
both,
get
yeah.
it. Because like, from just a player perspective, right? Regardless of what the manager instructs you to do, surely you as a player can take the initiative that, like, right, we're getting pressed heavily here. We have a little bit of space down the flanks, or we have a little space here and there. Can we not maybe play a couple of balls down the channels? Maybe create some space, create some 1v1s, whatnot. Can we not do that? Like, I saw none of that. And when I did, it was Broja making those runs. And I'm like, no, he needs to be in the middle because I want him finishing. Like, if we get the ball in. And it's so like, surely, but then I don't understand. I'm going to have a stroke again, Alex.
Brett,
I'm probably
I was
going to have a stroke
actually-
again like I did yesterday.
Well, you wanted us to suffer.
I know, bro. Yeah, it's pain.
Just to
I know.
process FC. Jesus Christ,
I just
man.
don't understand.
I'm
I don't
actually
understand at
impressed
all.
with Broja how physically good he is. Actually,
Mhm.
those defenders that Newcastle have, those are Stoke
They're
City
big.
old-fashioned defenders with a
They're
little bit
yeah.
better with
Big,
tactical,
solid defenders.
big
Mhm.
solid defenders. There's that mother. Oh, I almost said something.
That's fine,
That
say it.
guy. No, my kid is beside.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Yeah, he's got his own filter at home.
What I'm saying is
Start
like
them
that.
early, Alex.
That
Start them early.
what I'm saying is like those defenders are not small defenders, man.
No,
They
they're
are
not.
proper center backs. And to
Yeah.
put those big defenders, yeah, he's going places. If we not ruin him, he's going places.
Which is why.
Yeah.
Which is why.
I tell you what, as well,
I wanted
on
him
another
to
note-
stay on. I wanted him to stay on when
Yeah.
he made the changes.
He
Let him
needs
now
to-
be the beneficiary of the.
The
I was
kid
going to say,
needed
I
help.
don't know
The
why
kid
he
needed.
does this. He
Why
needs to go two
Pulisic?
strikers. Go two
If he had
strikers.
a
Yeah.
Pulisic with him throughout the beginning of a game, I bet you money we would have more chances than with
Probably.
Gallagher and Mount.
I just,
Or
I just
even
don't
like
understand.
what
I don't
Scott's saying.
understand.
Like I would have loved to have seen a 3-5-2. Like if you're gonna play three in the back, let me at least see with two strikers. Let me see what Broja looks like with Obama.
That's what he means
with
with
Pulisic.
Mount and Gallagher supposed to drop deep. But that's another shit different way. We still cannot hold the ball. Apparently, we're not even 5 midfielders. We are 6 midfielders on the field, and we cannot pass between each other.
Can we stop playing 3 at the back as well, man? If you haven't got the wing backs, just stop it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pack the midfield out with 3 at least, right there.
I smell
Yes,
AVB,
I'm
man.
just-
Wait,
Smells like AVB.
Were we supposed to play 4 in the back and then Ruben got hurt? I think that was the
No,
plan,
No,
it's
right?
it
We
was,
played
it was
4?
always 3 at the back.
Oh, he
It
was
was
right
3 at
wing
the
back.
back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Literally, the only it changed about 8. It was about the 60th minute. It was about 18 minutes into the second half, because Gallagher played back for all of about 15 to 18 minutes, and then we switched.
Yeah, and that's another shitty way about the goddamn. That's another shitty thing about the damn game. We now Ruben's hurt, so there's just another one to the
Ain't a
injury
great
list
loss,
hanging
I'll
out
be
with
real.
N'Golo Kante.
Oh no, Ruben is hurt. Fuck Ruben.
It ain't a
bro.
great loss. I'll be
All he's
completely
been doing
honest.
is dropping like fucking Let's fuck him, man.
Yeah, but we're running out of players, Kai. That's my
I
point.
agree, but like, I just don't care. Like,
Yeah, but the transfer window's
Like-
here when we need the midfielder, man. Fuck these
Yeah.
guys, man. Like honestly,
I mean,
I was
yeah,
gonna
we're
say,
it's not
lucky
like he
that
was
we
a
have
like
a
major.
chance for
if
coming
we're
up.
lacking, like players in certain areas now, we don't really have a right wing back apart from Asby. Hopefully, that means that the ownership board and or the ownership group and Potter will
Can
go
I
and buy one.
can I ask you guys a question?
Go for
Can I ask
it.
you
and
a
then I gotta
question?
answer this one.
You guys are
Yeah.
you guys are Liao, right? You're looking for your next potential team. You don't want to
No.
sign a contract
Oh,
with AC
what-
Milan.
oh.
You want to move to the next level.
I wouldn't.
Are you coming to Chelsea if you are him?
I want midfielder. I don't want Liao.
Depends.
We still need attackers, man.
It depends. If I'm Liao, it depends on A, who else is in for me, and B, it depends on how well the project is sold to me. That's the thing. That's the big thing in all this is we can say like about the players. We just have to
Yeah.
hope that Potter is able to sell his arse off like for the project. Because at the end of the day, like I don't rate him as a manager, but Arteta's been able to do that, and I don't rate him as a manager, but Lampard was able to do that. Obviously, the players that
Which
he got
brings
in
me-
have been garbage. Like I know the players that he's got in playing under him were garbage, most of them.
Yeah.
But there was a time when they were good, and he was able to get them in because of the project he sold and because of the like what he was
Yeah.
able
Big
to
back. Big up, Rian.
Like, what he was able
Do you
to.
think there was
he
a
was
lot
able
of
to show
selling
him-
there?
Say again?
Do you think there was a lot of selling point from Potter to the new board?
Hopefully, but hopefully he can sell it to the players we're going to
No.
bring in.
What I'm
Like,
saying is when we are going
Because I'm worried about the Cuckoo League deal, to be honest. That's what is
Nkunku's coming.
it's
And
been,
Nkunku's coming.
No,
Like,
I
think
actually
there's a
no.
strong possibility he's coming,
And
yeah.
Kuku's coming. Leao ain't coming.
Probably not.
even Nkunku, I don't know, man. Even Cuckoo, I don't
Nkunku's
know.
coming.
But
It's-
hold on,
we're-
guys.
we're
So
so
you
close
I
don't
to
don't
it, and I
care
think-
as long as we get midfielder. By the way, whoever
Nkunku.
cried, another midfielder injured, maybe that will force him play Zakaria.
Maybe. I hope so. I hope that is the case. But guys, like that's the other thing too. Like, and you know, Kai, I don't disagree. I do want Leao. He should come to the club. If he goes, if you know we come to the table, he might not want to come. But the other thing is too, like, this is where I want to see Potter and his team shine. If we bring in Potter so that we don't have to do the shitty scouting that we did last season. Oh, scout Leao, scout Trossard, scout all these big name players that everyone's going for.
Yeah, that's not
we
scouting.
should. That's not scouting. So
That's
that's why
Google.
in January I want to see I want to see what the scouting team can do. Maybe we don't bring the best players. I do want at least one good player like Nkunku or a Leao or a midfielder like Alex is saying. But I want to see this scout team work and bring in those players that no one knows about so that we can start building and start improving and start going in a good direction. I know everyone's making fun of Bowley for bringing in all these young players and all that stuff, the Hutchinsons, the whatever, but give it time. Maybe they become the next best thing, you know, like
But we don't, but that's
Carlito, to your answer.
That's not how it works.
Nobody's
bro.
taking Mountain's place.
We need players that actually work. The issue is not that we sign stars. The issue is that we sign stars that don't fit the team that we're trying to build. So the issue with Lukaku, with Nkunku and Leao, it's ridiculous. These guys will improve us because they fit the type of profiles that we need. We need somebody like Leao who can beat a man when cross and go into the box.
I know that,
Carlito,
but that's not my choice.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. We don't. The issue is not that we need to sign unknown players and make them magical. That's not it. We need to sign good players who fit us. It doesn't matter if they're known or not unknown. That's where scouting comes in.
What do you mean? What do you mean he's gonna fit us? How? What? Can you tell me how we play so I will know?
That's where the director of football comes. But that's my issue with director of football, Alex, because everybody wanted this director of football, and we don't even know what our manager is going to play.
But you're the one that's saying that it was going to fit us, fit how we play. Please
yes,
tell me how
if
we
he
play.
If he wants to play like the way that he wants to play, as a positive, quote unquote, positive football, he needs a winger that can create something. He doesn't need idiots who run around like Mountain.
I think you need to put the drinks.
Collide into each other.
You had too many already today.
No, it's true. No, but it's true, man. I have that opinion even before I even drank, man. We need that for a while. We need an actual winger, in the style of Hazard.
Look,
who can actually
we have
do something.
wingers now, and he's still not using them.
That's true.
But that's because they're shit. That's because they're shit. That's because they're shit.
Yeah, hold on a second. Is midfielder playing wingers better?
What?
No.
What do you mean with
midfielders that he put on a wing are better than the wingers that we have?
Fucking
Gallagher, but that's come to him, man. That comes to him. That comes to him though. That doesn't come for the team. That's not the team's fault that he's playing them as midfielders, as wingers, bro. But we do need like wingers who can. No team in the Premier League. No team in the Premier League can win anything without having actual wingers who can actually dribble and cross and create something. It's impossible to win a league without creativity.
If we have a wingers right now, how do you think that if we have a different wingers, he'll still play different wingers? That doesn't make any sense.
Because the wingers that we have now are not good enough. Even Tuchel didn't play wingers. The only reason he played Mount as a winger is because all of the other attackers forward, like left forwards and right forwards, were dog shit. That's why he didn't play them. You think if he had like a good player on there, he would play Mount as a left winger or right winger? No way.
I think he will 100%. I think he will find the hole where he can stick Mount into. But that motherfucker ain't living the club, man. That guy is gonna be in every
but that's not what I'm not saying about Mount. I'm saying about the fact that we do have issues with the wide attackers. We do need a wide attacker who can create something, who can dribble, who can do something. Look at the level that City are in because of the wingers that they have, or Arsenal. We do need one.
Okay, look. Do you think like he has a Sterling who's actually decent winger, but he ain't playing him as a winger.
Sterling isn't a dribbler though. Sterling is not the type of guy who creates.
Sterling,
wait, Sterling is not a dribbler. Come
I'll
on,
let you
Kai.
kill him. I'll let you kill him. Somebody at the door.
Kai, come on.
You
know,
I will say, like, the thing with what Marshall said about the players we signed, the problem is I want us to sign whoever it is, regardless, like you said, regardless of where they play, who they are, how big they are, whatever. We haven't done that. We've just signed players because of just signing them. We signed Werner because he scored 30 league goals in a season or whatever it was. We signed Havertz.
But Scott, we never. But we never had an idea where we were going to put them.
I want us to do like I want us to go and sign someone from the Argentinian league who no one's heard of but fits the system, like they did with McAllister.
Again, what system?
I agree that the system needs to be worked out first. I'm just saying, when you work out what the system is, when you work out, and the thing is Potter might have an
every
idea.
team needs a winger though. Every team needs a winger though. Am I wrong?
I
Every
agree,
team
but
needs a good winger.
right now,
Carlito, let me answer
right now, there are
Carlito's
so
question
many
real
other
quick.
problems rather than just getting a winger. Like we need a midfielder because all our midfielders stink right now.
I'm gonna
But why do you guys
my
keep mentioning that?
comments
I've never said we need that instead of a midfielder. I still think we do need two world-class midfielders in this team and a winger. That doesn't solve the issue.
I think we need midfielder
because
more
Liao
than,
needs to be played.
I think we need more midfielder more than any other position right now.
Yeah.
I think it's just as bad.
Kai, let me ask you a question, Kai. Let me just
Carlito, hold on. Let me. I will retract my comment about Mount getting the new contract. I will say hold on to it until the motherfucker plays better.
Don't give me a contract.
Don't hold your breath.
So as soon as he gets it, he plays like shit again, man. Yeah, I got my code. I can rest now.
Let me ask you a question, Kai. Let me do some like cross analysis here, right? So, I get what you're saying, and personally, me, I would want Leao to come to this club. I think he's one of the best wingers to come. I've changed my mind on him. I've seen him play against us. He's phenomenal. But your argument is that like we don't have players. We don't have like. We don't play the players in the right positions or the tactic to suit them, the system to suit them, right? We don't fit them. Remember when we were looking for a striker and we were all excited about Lukaku? Wouldn't you say the Lukaku issue was the same thing? So why bring in a player of big status if it's going to be like Lukaku all over again? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but it could be. So that's my question to you, Kai. Like, wouldn't you be concerned that we would do the same thing?
That's completely different because Lukaku is the type of guy who's very good on the counter. He's not very good in a position-based system. If we got somebody like a Kane, he would fit as that team more because we try to play from the strikers who play out to the wingers around them. If we had somebody who like a Leao who can do something out of nothing, who can beat the fucking one of our main issues now. Yes, I agree. It's the midfield, but it's also the fact when our players have the ball in the positions box, there is nothing they can do about it because they're not technically gifted enough to be the man. Other than Sterling, and even Sterling is very hot and cold, and maybe Pulisic, but Pulisic hasn't been really playing.
I will like
all of us here.
No. You see, this is where I disagree with you. I will actually want a midfielder like Kovacic today when he ran with the ball and he fucked up the pass at the last minute. I want a midfielder that can actually do that.
But what's the point, Alex? If they have the ball in the final third, they still fuck it up.
Well, that's actually not true. If you see who actually plays now, Broja can finish from first time. Aubameyang can finish from first time.
Sterling. Yeah,
that's the question.
So why haven't
you
they?
that these players? Because we don't make enough chances for them.
Because look, as much as we have a 6 midfielder on the field, the way the ball reached the final third is not by midfielders. It was by defenders and goalkeeper who keep using anti-aircraft missiles. That's how well they reached the freaking final third.
Yeah,
they literally should be used. Our defenders should be used.
I'm a little bit drunk
against Russians.
I'm a little bit drunk. Did he say anti-missile? Or am I just drunk, man?
Yeah,
and because he said that. I'm like, am I still listening to Paula? Am I still listening to the news, bro? But
you just tuned into CNN, bro. Casually News Network, bro.
Seriously, the amount of balls that went up and never came back, or came back and got the wrong person,
Yeah.
Come on.
Are we still talking about
like
football?
let's look, for example, like remember the
But you can
Zagreb
apply it to
game.
everything.
Remember the Zagreb game? How Sterling missed 2 clear-cut opportunities. I would argue that those are probably the only 2 opportunities he had in the game, because we don't give him enough opportunities. We don't give Aubameyang enough opportunities.
Carlito again.
Hey,
Welcome back,
so
Carlito.
Alex,
Extra time.
the only
Carlito.
reason I came
He's got
back
another
on
5 minutes.
is because I have 2 minutes for Alex. The only reason I said this is because this. I
Romantic,
think the midfield. Well, I actually like Alex. The reason I say this is because
you
he's
said it 3
searching.
times, Carlito.
Well, I'm gonna say it 4 times. I like Alex. The midfielder you're searching for
You're
is
making him
Edson
blush.
Alvarez. The midfielder you're searching for is Edson Alvarez.
No,
Edson
Lavia.
Alvarez.
I'm missing Lavia.
Lavia is
Hey, get both.
going to be more expensive, but here's the
It-
deal. Fuck it,
Either
why not
Lavia
both?
or the Neves, the Wolves midfielder.
Oh no, I'm with you on that, but we missed that boat, Alex. We missed that boat.
Everyone's making a comeback. Season 2. Let's go.
Bro, we couldn't, Alex. We had the opportunity to get Neves. Wolves paid the
We
money.
thought
We
that
didn't.
60 million is too much.
Well, that team stinks. The player does not. The player's really good. I
Yeah,
just can't
player's
see him moving into another Premier League club in 1 year. I can't see it, man. I can't see it.
No,
Over 50 of you in the
that's
chat,
not the
by the way.
player, man.
Smashing that like button,
Neves,
all right?
not Nunes.
It's free.
Neves.
I know who Neves is. I know who he is.
He's
Yeah,
not
he
first
signed-
year
he
in the
didn't sign
Premier
this
League.
summer. You're talking about Nunes.
Oh, I'm talking about Nunes. Yeah, I'm talking about Nunes.
Yeah, we're talking.
I'm talking about Neves.
Oh, Ruben
Neves.
Neves. Well, so
Yeah.
Nunes, Neves. They both play for fucking Wolves.
Yeah, you should.
That is true. They do.
Carlito's is enjoying the booze, man. Carlito enjoying
Yeah.
the booze, bro.
You and Kai
We
should
all are,
stop
man.
drinking.
No. Look.
I
My
already
whole thing,
finished my can. I
Alex.
need another one.
Alex.
No,
all
man,
I
I
will say
want
is
to
this.
survive, man. Chelsea.
I want Edson Alvarez to play D mid for this team. What do you think, Alex?
The games that I watched them, not impressed. But
Okay.
I heard there is excuse for it because the manager is shit. But this is why I actually have even more when people say like, "Oh, he plays under bad manager." I actually not sure that we have a better manager. So if he comes over here and like, are we gonna have a bad manager and he's gonna play like shit? That's a double shit.
Look,
And
Alex.
I'm not
Alex,
willing-
I
I'm
want
not
to
willing
say,
take it.
Alex, I want a 6'3", big old motherfucker that is also skilled and athletic, and I think that he fits the bill. And he also wants to
I
come
see.
here.
You the guy that likes the big BBW kind of porn, right?
Actually, no. I mean,
Jesus.
Alex, I am partial to a little bit of that lesbian porn, but that's just
Okay.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with BBW.
Big up, Carlito, man. We're in the same boat, bro. No dicks, no dicks, bro.
Hey,
no. What Alex wants is whips and chains and
No dicks
all that
team,
leather.
no dicks
Alex
team. There you go,
loves
man.
the
Big up,
leather.
man.
Fucking the backstage right now is just gonna be.
No, the dickless porn, bro. The dickless crew, man. That's what Carlito and I have a dickless crew, bro.
Oh my days! 50 of you guys watching, make sure you're smashing that like button, please. It helps
You
out the
cannot
channel.
find anywhere comedy like this, man. You
in the
cannot.
chat,
No,
don't
you
put.
cannot.
Can I just ask that the chat doesn't put their porn preferences either, please?
Please no. You just said that they're gonna do it now.
Damn it.
Actually, pornography.
Yeah, you
If you
want
write
to,
if you write feet,
Give you
if you
some
write feet,
ideas.
you're getting blocked.
Boys, I do have to ask a question though. I am curious about this, about the whole. You saw it today. Kovacic played like shit. Do you guys think it's the reservations with the knee and wanting to play at the World Cup, or do you think he's checked out of Chelsea?
Either way, it's bad.
I think
Yeah.
it's the problem. No, I think it's the problem again. I don't think it's the problem again. We have 2 decent midfielders. The third one is shit. So all 3 of them look shit. That's the problem.
I agree.
Also, as well
I
with
agree.
Kovacic, I just want him to get the surgery now, just so
Yeah.
I know that can't be used as an excuse. Like, so we can't use that as an excuse. So I can actually see whether this is now who he is, or whether it was the lack of surgery that was causing him.
You watch this guy. As soon as wherever Croatia go out of the World Cup, you watch him a week later say or announce that he's getting surgery on his knee. You watch. That is exactly what's going to happen. There's no way he's
Probably.
going to leave it to the summer. because it will just miss the start of next season.
Let me ask you. So if you think that the injury is the problem, what's the rest of the players' problems? Well, Kova has an injury. Is excuse.
Oh, you know, the
What's
rest of us is the thing for Kova with me is I want him to get it just so I know that like if he comes back and he's still shit, then I know cool. The injury was never the problem. This is just who he is now. Whereas if it's a case that he comes back and he's good, then I think it's
something. I'm sorry,
but like, yeah, I just think I want it to happen so that can't be used as an excuse, or that we realize that's what it was. And with the rest of the midfielders, it's just because they're limited, man. Like all our midfielders are limited in one way or another, and like it's just.
I think that Kovacic's problem is the same. He's good in the tight spaces. He's shit when he goes forward. They didn't change before the surgery, after the surgery. Same shit, different way.
No, but
even today,
he looks worse now. Like he looks worse in terms of with certain things now. Like
even today, at times
he can't even beat the press as much as he used to. Like his press at times, like he's gone down.
There was a chance in the front, in front of the goal of the attack where we were kind of losing possession, but Kovacic could have gone for the ball. It was a 50-50, and he backed off. But if he had gone for the ball and won it,
well, he gotta go to World Cup, man.
But
that's what I mean. Like it's also
what I don't get is this, right? There are 50 people watching. There's only 22 likes. So that's that
get those likes up, guys. It helps out the channel. It's free. The only thing that happens when you like is that you'll just be recommended to us more, and you're already here watching. So what's the point?
Algorithm. Let's grow. Let's grow.
Yeah. But no, but like I'm just saying, like in any other instance, right, Alex, where the World Cup isn't happening right now, where there is an injury risk and all that. They go for those 50-50s. They win those 50-50s. They play more aggressive. Maybe I'm not trying to give these players excuses. I really don't.
The 25 years old will not back down out of challenge. Close to 30, yeah, they will pull away.
Maybe. And now I'm starting to see. No, he's just saying an example, a general example, just like. Right. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm not talking about
maybe the World Cups.
Yeah.
This guy. Maybe leave the sheeps out of this. Maybe these players.
Leave the sheeps alone, man. Let the sheeps.
I don't like sheep. I like
Alex,
these players.
You need a sheep in your backyard. I can tell you want one.
Players
Alex
are worried
that's what you like.
about the World Cup.
BBW sheep, bro. BBW. The fat jiggle, you know?
Oh my god. All I ask is you leave the sheep.
The only way I'll stop Chris, it's if you will turn your camera on. Otherwise, everything I see, I think you would the sheep.
That won't make a difference.
Chris, the sheep shagger.
Oh, so he will just actually say that it's true then.
No, you just call me sheep shagger, man.
No, I won't.
Like I had mates used to say that to me as well. Well, they still do. Like they say sheep shagger because I'm from Wales.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm not saying they're disgusting to tell you. I'm saying it's disgusting what you do to the animals. Where's PETA when you need them?
No. Funny thing is, like the Welsh people outside of Wales are more obsessed with sheep and the Welsh.
You're taking advantage of that trusting of the sheep, bro. They trust you.
You guys are obsessed, man.
Just pull out, man.
I tried.
Pull out.
The English are obsessed with sheep.
Wait, that just made it worse.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Ahmed? Okay. Anyways, back to the topic. Kovacic. All right. Listen. Part of this, I think, could be the World Cup. Part of it, because I've never seen I know what you're saying, Scott, but I've never seen Kovacic play this bad ever, even when he was before getting injured and all that shit. So I don't know. I don't think it's Kovacic playing bad. I don't think Kovacic is in bad form. I think he's just fucking trying to deal with a knee problem until the World Cup. And I think a lot of these players is the World Cup as well.
The only thing is, right? He's got this knee problem. Has he got this knee problem? I never see him limping, bro. You know what I mean? I never see him limping. I never see him when he comes off limping or anything like that. Put an ice pack on, anything like that. I don't know how.
That's because he's Croatian, bro.
I know, but I don't know how big this knee problem. The knee problem doesn't stop him running and dribbling and then losing the ball. It doesn't stop him doing that. It doesn't stop it. Bloody hell. Fucking
round 3.
Hey, Lord, it's like fucking
Carlito, what?
No, I'll ask you this last question.
Carlito's here because
good, bro. It's all good.
Carlito, you can just stay here.
I'm starting to think
Carlito. Let me tell you something.
Carlito's here because porn has ads, man. That's why he's here now.
No. No, my Max. My question is actually
He
pretty
has
simple.
an ad blocker.
No. Look,
Oh.
I'll be very honest with you guys because look, I appreciate that everything that everybody's feeling today is.
He's skipping the scissoring scene, bro.
Oh my god.
Okay. Can I speak?
Go for
Okay.
it. Go for it. Carlito, the
I
floor is
understand that
yours.
everybody
I'm
is
sorry,
very. I understand that everybody's very frustrated. Here's the thing: if Mason Mount played for Everton, would everybody be clamoring for him? Would everybody be asking Chelsea to buy him?
No.
The answer is no. All right. So we are prioritizing a player that is not only not good enough, but is getting minutes over players that are better than him. And I'm asking you this simple question: how do you think that makes everybody else on the team feel? How do you think that goes down in the locker room? How do you think that goes down in the player dynamic? Because if you think that these are just guys, they're not. They're professionals, and more
see
so
your
than
point.
that.
No.
More so than that, they are competitionaholics. So this is their drug. It's not just their job; it's their drug. So when you see a player that doesn't deserve the fucking opportunities, the minutes, the starts,
I see
how
what
do
you're
you
saying,
think that, Alex? How do you think that plays with his
that's
teammates?
A bad morale. That's bad morale.
It's
I
bad.
agree with you on that. It's a really bad negative thing. So even I can push it forward. You're talking about the players that in the dressing room. Hey, you know what? The players that we have in the dressing room have friends in other teams.
Yes.
And if something, for example, we wanted to go for what's his name, for the midfielder from Inter Milan, right? Do you think Lukaku will?
Broja.
Yeah. Do you think Lukaku will say, "Oh yeah, I will," I will put the good word for it. Right now, if we have a player, do you think that he will put the good word for it?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand your point, Carlito. It's actually a really good point. It's deceiving. It's actually deceiving. And even if you don't, like I said, even if you don't like the players that we have on the wings, they're still better than player that plays out of position on the wing. Yeah. I don't care how bad they are. They're better than the players that play on the right now.
Plus, you go. Do you know what? And it must be bad for morale because you go, man, I played really well in this game, and now I've been put on the bench or dropped. So now this guy who hasn't done anything for 8 games in a row, for what? Only to produce the same performance again. I understand that, and do you know what? That's what the last 3 managers have done. They've chosen to select the same, whatever you want to call it, core. It's not good enough. It's not.
But
good
then
enough
substitutions happened today.
Yeah.
How about the substitutions today?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
I can't lie. I thought the subs were actually. I thought the subs were good. I'll say that much. I thought, bar the Havertz one, I thought the subs were good.
No, but I just don't listen. Fine, take Mount and Gallagher off, no problem. I keep Broja on. Keep Lewis Hall on.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Yeah, that's the
change. Because Broja can now stay in the middle instead of running the channels. Yes, someone there to support or 2 people to support. Just let them do that. Because we know. Listen, Kai Havertz.
Cheers to my casuals.
Kai Havertz was right. I do know what you can do. Sweet fuck all. That's all you can do, okay? That's all you can do. I know that, right? I know what you're going to do. You can't do anything. Let's give Broja a chance to complete the 90 minutes. We'll probably lose anyway, but let's see what he can do with support up there. Lewis Hall doesn't have to come off. He's 18 years old. He's not, you know what I mean? He's not tiring. He's actually playing well. Let's see if
he's not even playing internationally.
And he's got a big break now.
Do you know what, actually? Do you know what I wish he'd done? Taken Gallagher off, put Cucurella on, and put Hall in midfield.
Yes,
playing where he actually is meant to play. Like he is a midfielder. Play him as a midfielder.
I thought you said you're happy with the substitutions, Scott.
I was happy with the substitutions, like most of them. Like I kind of agree with Andrew that like I didn't really want Broja or Hall to come off, but I understood why they came off. But like if I had much others, I would have probably said Gallagher off. But like in terms of the people that came on, I had no real issue with the people that came on. I thought all the people that came on with the right subs, bar Havertz.
I didn't get why Aubameyang didn't come on instead of Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
Aubameyang if Kai, like, you know, chance what Kai Havertz had, where Cucurella crossed it. I reckon if there's Aubameyang there, I reckon he definitely puts it.
Dear Kai.
And maybe has a good chance scoring.
Better Kai.
See you later.
Later, Kai.
Alright.
I just, yeah, I
Have a good night, brother.
Like
If
I
that's
got what they
Aubameyang,
came
I
on,
have
and
more
the players that
confidence.
came on, I thought did well. Bar Havertz did well with what they were given. Like I thought Kukurea was effective at left back. I thought that Ziyech did about as much as you could probably expect him to do. Even was decent defensively. There were times he was tracking back like defensively and cleaning up. Is that actually true?
What?
I don't think this is true. Hassan,
What?
you're fake newsing again, bro.
That's
I
not
played
true.
in the World Cup. I don't understand. You need to put it in a better sentence structure.
No, but I think he's
He's
saying
not.
that
I'll
only
tell you-
5 of the
I'll tell
players are
you
going to the
what.
World Cup. There's Mount,
tell you what, he's not-
Havertz, Kova,
Gallagher.
there's a bunch. Gallagher, yeah, Mendy. There's a bunch of players going to the World Cup. What are you talking
Koulibaly.
about, Hassan?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
about
exactly.
7. I was going to say he's not far off, but yeah, there's like something like that.
If anything, 80% of the players are going to the World Cup.
Did Hassan, did you just run out of fingers on one hand? That's why you said
I was
5?
going to say there's
Let's
at
stop
least
right there. I know where
That's
you're
the
going.
most-
Stop right there, please. Enough of that.
yeah,
alright?
but just
I know
like-
where you're going.
the players that
Good
came
for
on, I
you,
was actually like,
Rachel.
again, bar the obvious. Like I was actually happy with their performance.
should
when
open
they
my
came on, 'cause
camera.
They did about as much.
Comedy.
They did about as much as you could expect them to do. It's just
But
Yeah.
do you know
Same
what
old
I found? Do you know
bollocks.
what I found? Do you know what I found depressing? Even more so. That-
Okay, yeah, there
there's
you
a
go.
term. There's a term called throwing the kitchen sink. Yeah. You know, it was pathetic. That was our kitchen sink. That's how pathetic. That's our kitchen sink. Right. That is a Carabao
I
Cup.
think a
triple
sink is
Fucking-
full of dirty dishes, man.
Dirty
Oh,
dishes,
you
a plastic
what?
sink, the hot
you know
water
what,
doesn't even work, it just runs all
Alex,
cold.
Alex, there was too much. It's not going down the plug anymore. It's the drains are blocked, bro.
And the
The
plunger
drains
is our plunger actually has masters and the criminal and the plumbing department.
Yeah.
Oh
But that
my
was it when
days.
we go, do you know what? We're only 1-0 down. Who can we throw on to try and change the game? And you give me, and that's not on Potter, that's all he had to work with. But you give me that. That's how rubbish this squad is. And you give me a Carabao Cup pre-season triple sub like that.
Oh my god.
Depressing, right?
Yep.
Depressing. That's what it
We
is.
have a bright future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know it's going to take the scruff of the game. Fucking Havertz, Ziyech, and whoever else, Kukurea came on. They're going to really change the game. It's,
Yeah, man. The Moroccan
I
Wood
mean-
is gonna cook something.
I mean, he's going back to the World Cup,
I'm
actually.
gonna say what Morocco's gonna cook.
yeah, I think Marshall might get cancelled.
yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not go there. Let's
You've
not
got your
go
own channel. You
there.
can say whatever you want.
Listen,
yeah.
Let's not go. Yeah, let's not go too
Listen.
offensive.
What I'm just gonna
Um,
say,
we're not on
if he
Twitch.
actually plays well for Morocco,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Does he?
lose it, man. If he does, so that's what I
I echo what
probably
someone.
will.
I
He has
saw-
something to prove. He's trying
No,
to
I
get sold.
tell you what. I echo what I saw someone say on Twitter earlier. Bar Thiago Silva. I hope none of these pussy-alls have a good World Cup. All of the players we got going, I hope they all flop. I hope they play no games. They look like shit.
That's
Yeah,
Scott.
you're not wrong.
By the way, can I just say, I think
He
someone
wants
said
us
it
to
earlier.
suffer.
I just wanna-
I do, bro. Let it continue. But yeah, like these players, like
Every time,
they don't
I
deserve-
swear, man.
they don't unless this World Cup is going to lead to them being sold. Like unless Havertz playing well is going to lead to Real Madrid or Bayern Munich coming in to
Yeah.
buy him for like 30 mil. I don't give a fuck. I hope you sit on the bench the whole time. I hope
Every time I
Fulford plays ahead of you.
Every
But you
time
know
I
what?
see Potter and Mount and doing his splits, whatever,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, that's just a pain, just a pain, just a quick pain, just.
I don't know if it's two things, right? Two
I
things.
remember
right?
Scott words,
I
just
thought-
pain, just.
I thought today, someone said it, I'm going to repeat this. I thought, give Amari Hutchinson just 15 minutes, see what he can do. And
Yeah.
second of all, I want these players to experience pain. I don't know if anyone's seen Casino Royale with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a torture scene with the chair
Mm.
sitting at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah.
Guys swinging,
Oh.
yeah, do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
do that, do that,
Oh,
It's so
Yeah.
specific.
do that.
oh, that scene is. Ooh.
But
See you,
like,
see if you're proper Chelsea, son. Do that. Yeah. Oh,
I think today you probably could have played Ziyech. Not that it fucking matters, right? But I think Ziyech,
Why not Pulisic?
From
Pulisic
the
too?
start.
Pulisic
Why
too.
today? Why today?
Yeah.
Pulisic
Yeah.
couldn't play.
Yeah, that's true.
that's a,
Pulisic.
you know what, that's a question
Pulisic-
that needs to be asked.
I can
Pulisic should have been
imagine.
playing for a while now. He
I
hasn't
can
been that
imagine the
bad
front
when he
three
played.
being.
I don't
Yeah,
like the
Pulisic
player,
and-
but why he didn't play?
I don't know what's going on. I can't lie to you.
We
With
needed
Pulisic,
Gallagher
yeah,
and Mount.
I don't know with Pulisic. What is going on? Like, is he not doing something in training, or is he not doing something?
I don't know. Like this
even in general,
I've
I'm the
said this
same.
before. This guy, like, obviously, I want him now to play more. As I said, I don't like him. I want him to play more. But there must be something that he's doing, like, or not doing, because this is now. You can argue 4 different managers in his career that haven't rated him like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not like they're all English, so it's a racism thing. Like, it's 4 differing managers. You've got 1 Swiss, 1 German, and 2 English who haven't rated him like that. So cool. There's something that he's not doing, because that ain't normal for 4 different managers to not really rate you like that.
Maybe they think they answer him for Trump. Years of Trump.
Oh
Maybe.
my god! Come on, man.
Make
That's not-
Chelsea great
no way.
again. Yeah.
Make Chelsea
No.
great again. I'm gonna order me a cap.
I'm hoping. I'm kind of the opposite of Scott's mentality here. I'm hoping that these players do well in the World Cup, so that they can at least.
Who said
No.
do?
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
please,
know.
no.
Like,
No,
I
hear me
hope
out. Hear
those
me out.
players
Let me
that
land.
do.
Let me land.
Low
Wait,
hanging
I
fruit.
do.
I'm just saying. I hope that they do well in the World Cup, so that they can at least impress their buyers. Because we do need to sell these players in January, and let's have it right. Ajax was the only club that was actually interested in Ziyech before they decided to pull out. So we're gonna have more buyers for Ziyech, more buyers for Pulisic, more buyers for Mount,
I'm sorry,
all these types of player. That it's just, I think it helps us in the long run.
Screw it. Just buy them out their contracts.
you know.
And people saying that realistically, how many players are we going to buy and sell in the January transfer window? Look back to our summer transfer window and see how much
Well, that's
of
the
a
summer,
shit
though.
Bowley cares.
But that's the summer window, though. Let's be real. Like, the summer window, you can do.
Hey,
I
what,
think-
what do we
in January,
usually
it's a
do
bit
in the
harder.
January transfer window? Usually,
I-
January transfer window is one transfer. You know, I'm just saying, like, expect a
I
lot more.
actually, what's the name? I actually think for us to sustain some kind of level of a team playing this season, this January window is more important than the summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially for Potter
Establishes-
if he wants more
establishes-
time.
Especially for Potter, because there's no way you can go further than that.
Your
Like I
targets
know that they said there was a challenge for top 4.
Yeah.
Report said the top 4 is the minimum priority, and they said, but that for top 4, not getting top 4 is not suckable of defense. But how low
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
suckable?
exactly.
That's
exactly.
the thing. How low on the table the owner's willing to get for until not get sacked. To tell you the truth, I really don't care if it's not top 4. I don't care if it's 12.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it will be better if we're not playing in any Europe.
Once
It
a
will be
week.
better for Andrew's nose because
I
he
was gonna
keeps
say,
picking
Yeah,
what-
on.
sorry about that. Yeah.
What I say it's once a
But-
week. It means these players can it means Potter gets more time to train. It means that these players can actually show that they can perform in the league on a
Yes.
The
consistent
only-
basis.
Scott, the only
Yeah.
problem, I don't think we will attract as good of players unless we sell the project out of
I
our
still-
You have to
ass.
overpay. You have
But to
overpay.
sell the project, people gonna look on this season. To sell the project, the players that you're willing to go big for, they're gonna look at this season as the
Yeah.
project and how they're gonna respond to the project.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why I think
because you're right. Because it was the same with when we finished 10th under
oh, that's cool,
Mourinho.
Carlito. I see you, Cat.
yeah
Right.
under Mourinho and who did. It was the same. We had a chaotic transfer window that summer as well. We're bringing in the players. We got Kante, a few others, but it wasn't like spectacular. We're gonna have to either like strike like all these deals in January, even for like next summer. We have to strike these deals in January, even
Because-
if they all don't come in January. You need to strike these deals now, like Liao,
Yeah.
whatever. I know it doesn't fit Liao. If you're going to go for Liao, you strike that deal in January
Yeah.
to come in the summer, no matter what happens. Same thing, Cuckoo. You do
Same-
it. You do it
same
now
with-
because
same
if
with
we finish,
cardio as well.
yeah, whatever. Whoever the player, if we finish outside the top 4, the only way you get those players is by overpaying transfer fee and wages. That's the only way you get it, because you go right. It's one season. It's one season out. Give us one season. You know we're good for it. stuff like that. Or a miracle upon miracle happens and you win the Champions League, which is not going to happen. That's the only way we're getting in. And I agree with Alex. I don't want Europa League. I don't want Europa League Conference. I just don't want it. I don't want Thursday night, Sunday football. I would rather give Potter the time once a week, work on this, work on that, and see what happens. Because then you can say he's got a big chance now. You know what I mean? I also think we've got to take the fact. I know everyone always choosing this and this. This is a weird season. He's been dropped in it like a piranha tank, and he's a piece of meat. The fixtures don't help. He doesn't have a lot of time to work on it, but he still needs to make smart decisions and smarter lineups. You can still do that even with limited training and the schedule and everything like that. But that's what I would do. I would do that. Strike these deals in January, and let it roll from there. That's what I would do.
So, speaking on deals, I want to answer Carlito's question here. I'll be honest with you. Based on the last 3 seasons, I don't extend Kai Havertz, and I don't extend Mason Mount.
I don't extend a lot of these players.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I think it's just it hasn't been good. It just hasn't been good enough. I know people want to say, "Oh, better than GNA and Mount won Player of the Year performances." Like, it's like Mount, when he won Player of the Year because of his performances, when he was performing well under Lampard and Tuchel that season, okay, there was no goals or assists. Then the next season, he gets the goals and assists, and performances fucking drop. And this season, he's not giving a shit. So it's just, look, I don't want to hate on Mount. I think there is a good player there, but it's just we're over reliant on him. He can't be our best player. It's just
not even over reliant.
The managers seem to be over reliant on him because he plays every game.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what the fuck do we do if we can't bench him? If managers insist on playing him every game because they don't have a better option, we have to get a better option. I don't think extending him. I would
love the somehow.
You can't extend him when he plays like shit. I don't understand how.
Exactly. You can.
I was going to say you cannot extend him between basically for the rest of this season. I'd say unless he turns it around and starts, especially for the wages he reportedly wants. For the wages that he reportedly wants, he needs to be putting in like best 11 for the league level.
He has to have improved from last season, which we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
Oh, that's my point. But his improvement on last season, right, would mean having the performances and the GNA to a level where he would be considered best 11 level. I'm talking he gets in team of the year, team of the season for the Premier League level. Like, and that's what he's got to perform. And he's not getting in that. He's not hitting that level because he's spent a third or a half of the season doing sweet fuck all so far. So like you don't do that this season, which means you've got next year to decide, is this your guy going forward? Is this a guy you want as part of your squad going forward? Because come the end of next season, he will be out of contract. He will be no longer contracted for this football club. And I'm not speaking here from a guy of like, I dislike Mount severely. But this is not speaking from a guy who dislikes Mount. But he should not be here come summer 2024. If this club wants to improve and progress, he should not be here going forward. He will be. I'm fully aware of that. He should not be.
But just referring to this comment down here, I think Nkuku's basically done, right? From what reading from everything like that. It's just the announcement, because they usually say when Leipzig disagree or debunk thing, they release like their statement right away, and they haven't done that over this. So Liao's the tricky one. That's why I say, Liao, you want Liao, you get that deal done in January.
Yeah, you have to.
Don't wait till the summer.
You pay the big money. You pay
it. You pay whatever. You think he's worth it, you pay it. Because you can't
reportedly as well, we're sending people to the World Cup just to watch him.
Yes.
Reportedly.
Okay.
So it sounds like he is a key. He's someone we want. Which, like Andrew said, if he is the person we want, literally the moment that Portugal go out, don't care whether it's the final, the semis, the group stage. The moment they go out, you're on the phone to him and his agent.
The agent situation fast.
You know what you do, guys? I think Alex might have said it. You treat this January window like a summer window. That's what you do. You treat it like a summer window. That's what you do. Because next summer, we have no idea what position we're going to be in.
I was going to say, you need to
treat
this window like it's the most important window of your lives. Like it's literally the be-all and end-all of your football club.
Yeah.
I think. I guess this is what Kai was referring to earlier when it comes to getting the big signings and all that, the layout and stuff. Like you guys are saying, this January window is the window to get in those big stars that you want to get in, the ones that want Champions League football, the ones that want to join the Chelsea Football Club. Because who knows, depending on the trajectory in which we go into the summer, if we're not finishing top 4, that the stocks for Chelsea go less. And that's where also is going to be the key point for the scouting team, our director of football and all that stuff. That's when they're going to have to start doing their fucking job and getting in people who want to join Chelsea despite being in Champions League football or not. But this window for sure, you guys have a very good point. And I kind of, walk back a little bit on my points about Chelsea on the scouting. We should still be doing smaller transfers as well in scouting, but the big names in Cuckoo, Trossard, Leao, those you definitely take advantage of the fact that we're still Chelsea in Champions League and get it this January transfer window.
There's 2 things on horizon, okay? 2 things.
Yeah.
If Newcastle finish in the Champions League place this season, they will go and spend big in the summer, right?
Oh yeah.
They will do this. Also, no one knows what this Liverpool takeover is going to be. If it's a full takeover. If it's partial, if it's a full takeover, they're going to go big as well. Okay? And they might be in better positions than us. So we're going to be behind them in terms of pecking order. Okay? That's why you strike right now. We may be weak. We're in a weakened position.
We are weak.
But we can still make ourselves stronger in the future by treating this January window as if it is, and I'm sorry to say this, but if it's like a FIFA spree. Okay, you get in who you want when you want them now. Doesn't matter if it's for January you sign them, for next summer you loan them back. Do it now to prepare for us not being in the Champions League, which we won't be unless we win the Champions League. So prepare for that.
And I'm glad that you mentioned Liverpool and Newcastle, because let's also not forget, right now, the way things are going, Arsenal stocks are rising, and we struggled with Tottenham over the summer. And as far as I'm aware, they're staying just about the same when it comes to attractiveness of the football club. Conte is still there. He doesn't seem to be upset. They're still in contention for top 4. So we have competition. Even Man United stocks are rising.
But Marshall,
Chelsea just seem less and less attractive the more into the season we go.
Marshall, unless you overspend, I think a big club, the minimum you can spend out of the Champions League for signings is 1 year. Okay? The longer you go out of the Champions League, the signings, the level of the players go down. And that's where your scouting's got to be good. Okay? But let's face it. Arsenal had a long journey, right? The level of the player they've signed is less, but they've been able to mould it into a team that we're seeing now. Okay? We had one season out and then got back in again. Okay? And we had one season out in 18-19 and got back in again. You can't afford to do that now. People want to play. People don't really care about the league. They want to play in the Champions League. Everyone wants to play in the Champions League. That's what it is. It's not really about the league. Oh, I want to play Premier League football. Shut up. You want to play Champions League football, not Premier League football. We all know that, yeah? That's just a bonus or something like that. But the longer we're out, the more we have to rely on our scouting network. And hopefully that improves.
The thing that I'll say about the signings as well on the scouting network is people need to realise this, because this is what, again, the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal especially and other teams have done, and you need to get around to the idea of doing it. We are going to need as a club to sign quote-unquote mid-table players and quote-unquote rejects of, your bigger clubs, your Cities, your Bayerns, your Real Madrids, someone who doesn't fit their team, probably won't fit their team, but will have some use to your team, like an Erdegaard, like a Jesus, like a Zinchenko, like I know Thiago wasn't a reject, but you kind of you're going to need to sign someone who may not be fancied at the club he's at, just because he doesn't get it ahead of someone, like a Kovacic, for example, didn't really fit at Real Madrid because he wasn't getting in over the others, but we saw an opportunity there and we signed him, and I think he's been good overall for us since he's been here. You're going to have to accept that we will have to sign, as I said, quote-unquote rejects. And it's not us signing rejects because we're shit. It's because, that's, it kind of is, but, it's the position we're in, and it's it's a case of you've got to take what you've got to sign players with the opportunity, right? Like you've just got to sign someone. You can't go, oh, I want, Nkunku, Liao, and I want this star and that side. No, that's not realistic. That's not happening. Not where we are, not right now. That can happen in a couple years, 2-3 years, if we're back in the challenging for the title and whatnot. That can happen then. Right now, it's not happening. So we have to say we were to sign. I know we're not going to sign him. It's just a name I thought of, a Sabitzer from Bayern, because he doesn't fit how they want to play, but he fits into our team. We're just going to have to do that. Someone's mentioned here Kulusevski. Exactly. Wasn't fancied at Juve, so Tottenham went for him. He's been brilliant. Just going to have to do that. We're going to have to sign, a reject from City or something. It's just going to have to happen. And when they smash it because they work, no one's going to give a fuck that they were a reject from City or from Bayern or from Real Madrid or Barcelona or whatever. No one's going to give a fuck because now they're performing to the level that you thought they could perform at, and they knew they could perform at. So that's just how it is. You're going to have to sign your Ivan Tonys who play for Brentford. It's like, why are you signing a mid-table player? Because he's a quality footballer who might be playing for Brentford now, but in 2 years deserves to be playing for a top 6 level team. That's how it is.
What Scott's saying is pretty much we should be signing Jack Grealish very soon.
Not even Jack Grealish, but for example, say we were to sign.
I mean, Scott, to your example, we pretty much did that this summer window. We got Aubameyang and we got Sterling, who wasn't favored in Man City anymore.
Exactly. And for us, they haven't been the greatest, but they have. I'd say they've improved our team as a whole.
They have improved us in a sense,
with them in. It's just with. Actually, no, I tell a lie. I think our ceiling has raised with them. I think the floor is still really low. They raised the ceiling, they didn't raise the floor. The problem is we've got too many shit players to raise the floor. We need players that are going to get rid of the shit players and then raise the floor from that. But that's what I mean. It's say we go and sign I don't know, I know, again, he's not leaving them and he's not really fancy, but say we were to sign John Stones, for example, from City. That's not to say that, he's a reject, he's shit because he couldn't make it at City. No. It just wasn't the right environment, but he can work with us.
Exactly, and look at people scoffed at it, and for the price, I understand. But Anthony Gordon would have been good for us. His outlet, his work rate, everything like that. I know people say that, but just something different, man. And just it's one of those people scoffing at why are we linked with Wilfried Zaha, bro? Are you insane?
I was going to say Wilfried Zaha raises our floor.
Are you mad? It's hello.
That's the thing. It's
Wilfried Zaha's the perfect. What we're talking about here, Wilfried Zaha, the thought of him is what situation we're talking about. We're at this moment right now. How our squad is built, you can't turn your nose up at quality, no matter what you think of them. Wilfried Zaha is a quality player. Yeah, he should have left Palace years ago, but he couldn't. Yeah. But turn your nose up and go, I don't really know. Would he do this? Would he do that? I just think, look at where we are, guys. Are you telling me that Zaha isn't a better option? Looking at him isn't a better option than what we have.
I understand what you're saying, but
you know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
It doesn't have to be Zaha. It can be,
Well, I'm saying
okay. Elite, people turn their noses up at him, and it's that's a £30 million quality young player who is better than what we have now.
I know, but that shouldn't be the Chelsea right now. If we're rebuilding a proper rebuilding, Zaha we should rebuild, not that. Zaha is the one that you should sign on a short term to fix your current problems. Yeah. He's not the one. If we go for a rebuild, we need the younger players, because older players ain't gonna listen to the master's degree over there. You need the young players to be actual put into the system. If I'm going to the not qualify and I'm okay with it, pain and suffering that you wished on me, Scott. But if I'm going through that pain and suffering, I'm just want the pain and suffering to go and get the best as possible. I'm sorry, but if we're going through that summer, Zaha ain't an answer. Get me the proper fixing. The
problem is,
my pain and suffering is.
The best of the best is not available right now where we are in all instances. We have some available in some instances. And Nkunku, for example, we could get Liao. Those are two who you could say are up there in terms of the best of what we can get. But for midfield, for example, we can't get the best of the best right now. So Alvarez is a good option to have in the midfield instead, because that's a guy you can work with and you can mould. or a Lavia. Again, he's not the best of the best, but he is a guy who you can mold and turn into something.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Is
So
some
Lavia for
instances
me,
some instances you can, but other instances it's like it's not going to work. You can't get a Rice. You can't get a. We could have got him, but you can't now get a Casemiro level player. You can't get a Rodri level player right now. So you go a little bit lower, find someone who can become that. Who it's going to take a year or two, and it's going to be pain, and it's going to be settling for 5th or 6th with this, but it works. And then you get to a point where all of a sudden it just clicks. Like, I know the examples used all the time of Arsenal, but like they got players in that they had to wait for. Like Erdegaard, when he first came in, showed good things, but was a bit inconsistent. Didn't really hit the ground running all the time, was a little bit inconsistent. Now is a key part of how they play, is creative, incredibly creative, is a leader on the football pitch, and is basically quality every time he steps on the football pitch. Took him a couple of years, but he's got to that stage because they put the faith in him and they let it work. That's what it's got to be. You've got to be willing to put that faith in and put the work in. And you're right, you don't really go and get the older players, but you go and get the players that some people would turn their noses up, like a Zaha, as an example, like a Lise or like a Tony or whoever. And it's like, who gives a fuck if they're playing for a Brighton or a Brentford or a West Ham or a Leicester or whoever? It's going to work in this team. They are good enough to make the step up, especially if you give it a couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's it for today, boys. I think we talked about a lot. I think next time we'll be back here will be tomorrow.
By the way, the guy named Japan Let's Go, you talk a lot, man. Interrupt people and shit.
Really?
Ahmed's like me. He just chills and he inputs when he has
I let
to.
everything out already
Thanks
in the beginning.
Thanks for letting us talk, man. Thanks.
That's all right, man.
He's very
Oh,
gracious.
man.
Very gracious.
Yeah,
We will be back tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show to talk about the World Cup. We will be doing Andrew, we're going to be doing a World Cup predictor. Okay, you best be ready.
Of Qatar and Ecuador.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't know about that. That sounds like premium content. I want you guys to stick around for a minute because we're going to try a new feature on YouTube. I haven't tried yet. We're going to go and raid Never a Foul. And this is going to be the raid message. Just copy and paste this when you get there. Let them know where the fuck you came from. But as always, boys, thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment down below. Check out the links in the description. And as always, you motherfuckers, stay casual. Try not to be depressed over